Hi chess friends, I am Stockfish, inviting you to a thrilling and masterpiece game of all time. Today I have two of the greatest chess players from history, Frank Marshall and our cute Paul Morphy. This game includes a memorial queen sacrifice by Marshall. Look at this queen sacrifice, just amazing like me. So let's go. d4 e6 d5 knight c3, and black could go with top engine lines, but in that time computers were not available to play chess. They had to play chess with their own thinking capacity. He played c5, and in a very sudden move both players played castle after developing his pieces from home square. Bishop to e6. White could play knight a4 to protect the pawn, then something like queen a5 b3. We will get a few Netto hill setup, but he played knight d4, and he captured the bishop on e6. White creates a weak pawn on e6, which is the best target for white. Levitsky needs to play knight a4, attacking the bishop, push the pawn, involve the bishop on c4 and have fun, but goes in a wrong direction. Because now black gets the chance to play queen d6, unpining the knight, and if you capture it then after takes, rook f8 will come to pressure at your f2 pawn with full dominance. For this reason, we have bishop h3 because he was a target for the knight. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Couple of moves later we have rook to d1, queen arrives at c5, attacking to the pawn and the innocent knight. He played queen e2. His idea is to capture the d5 pawn with the rook. The pawn is pinned. Very nice trick. And can you guess the insane trick for Frank Marshall in this position? Frank, rolling his beard, played knight d4. This is an insane tactic. The point is that white should play queen e4. Black will play rook f4, but don't accept the sacrifice because the rook is poisoned. If your enemy offers you food, don't accept it. Ask him to partake in the meal himself first. White needs to play queen e5, h7 f3, and that's it. Involve the rook on e-file and the game could become a draw. But white haven't subscribed to my channel because at that time YouTube wasn't available on internet. He played queen h5 blunder move. This is a complete blunder because now black is pressuring to the f-pawn. Rook h6 is coming, knight is threatening $1 million checks, and if you play any normal kind of move, to get rid out from the pawn attack, we will capture the f2 pawn. The point is that queen e1 f1 will be a mate. And black is attacking to the rook anyway. White will lose his paradise, so in this position we have rook e5 to attack the pawn. This is a reasonable move, but black played something special move. You can pause the video to figure out the move. The move is rook h6. After the queen moves, black captured the bishop, and white can't recapture it because of knight f3 check, forking the king and queen. He played rook c5, and can you guess the brilliant move from Frank Marshall? I will you 10 minutes time to find that move. So I will see you later. Okay, he played, unbelievable, which move wrote history with golden words, brilliant of brilliant moves, queen g3, what a brilliant move. This move doesn't even look possible, but in chess, impossible move is possible as long as you are Frank Marshall. The queen can be captured by the three pieces, also the rook is not safe there. First of all, if you capture the queen with queen, then after knight e2 king h1 knight captured. The pawn is pinned and f-pawn can't able to capture the knight because of rook takes rook mate, so after the king move to g1, knight e2 king h1 rook to c3, take and that's it. Black have an extra knight which is enough to win the game. Stop overthinking, you can't control everything, just let it be. So in this case, if you capture it with the h-pawn then knight e2 will be a checkmate. And if you capture it with f-pawn then after knight e2 check, the king has to run on h1 and it will be a checkmate by rook takes f1. Another line for this position is to play queen e5, try to protect the pawn and begging for a queen trade. Here comes knight f3 check, the pawn is pinned, and we wouldn't capture the pawn because rook takes h2 becomes a checkmate. What a game by Frank Marshall, just amazing. Let's move in your next game. This is as brilliant as the previous one, because when Paul Morphy is on his seat, the world becomes a delight. We have the Philidor defense and d4, bishop g5 pins it and Morphy captured the pawn. His opponent thinks that d takes e5 will exchange the queens and he can't able to play castle, so he captured the knight, which is a childish thinking. Knight c6 was best to play. Queen takes f3 and everything becomes clear and sharp that he want to checkmate his opponent with bishop and queen. bishop goes to c4 and queen f6 was necessary to stop attacking plans, but he played mistake move knight f6, which is why Morphy gets the opportunity to put his queen on b3, attacking both of weaknesses at the same time. Queen e7 protects it. Queen takes b7 isn't possible because queen b4 simply loses your all the attacking plans with your queen. You need to keep the queen on the board. Knight c3, preparing for the attack. c6 by black to protect these squares. Morphy played with aggressively. Bishop g5. His idea is to throw all the pieces on the board to paralyze his opponent's movement, and you wouldn't believe what is the best move for black in this position. It's not knight d7 or b6, it's something that you can't expect from me. The best move for black is to slide the queen on d8. What? Why king d8? Well, after a rook check, king can go on c7, bishop takes f7 h6, take, queen c4, preparing for the knight d5 check. White have +2 advantages, but black can somehow manage the position by playing queen c5, but in our actual game, black is not Stockfish, he is just an inferior man like you. He played b5, falling into the trap of Paul. Knight takes b5, c takes b5, bishop takes check, knight blocks castle to attack on the knight, rook d8. And can you guess the brilliant move for Paul Morphy? Pause the video if you need, otherwise go to the hell. It's not bishop takes knight. It's rook takes knight. The point is that none of your queen or knight captured the rook, so after rook takes d7 white played rook to d1, attacking to the rook with 2 pieces. He played queen e6 to unpin the knight, but after bishop takes d7 knight takes d7. Pause the video and figure out the brilliant move for Paul Morphy. If you can give me the correct answer, then I will treat you with an ice cream. Yes, you are right, queen to b8, sacrificing the queen because rook d8 becomes a wild checkmate. What a game, just wow. So wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Bye bye, take care, see you soon.